Welcome back, everybody, to the Grand Circle podcast. This is episode 2 in self isolation, if you want to say it like that, because of this. The world hasn't gotten better due to this COVID, and this is the second interview we're doing from a couple that's international, not in Canada, and we started this new thing about calling and talking to couples, not in person, but on FaceTime, and just to update all their fans, all the couples we talked to, on how that they're doing. So me and Inessa and I have invited and this couple, and they're very well known in the dance community, and everyone are big fans of them.
Yeah, that's a very long speech. Let's just welcome everyone. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grand Circle Podcast, the Grand Circle Podcast.
The 10-time national.
Well, skipping one important thing. They're 11 times U.S. national champions, and they are
10-time world champions, Riccardo and Yulia.
Hi, guys.
Welcome, guys.
Thank
Hello,
you
so
for
happy
joining
to-
us from down south.
Yeah, actually,
Sounds like they're in vacation somewhere, but it's
Yeah,
not
that's true.
so far.
They're on vacation at home.
actually, we are very lucky to find us home. I'm just kidding. It's already 7 days we are home. we cannot wait to go out, but that's life.
Yeah,
What can we
speaking
say?
about that, you guys are in New Jersey, which is like 1 hour flight from Toronto. But then New
Yes.
Jersey went to state of emergency a week ago, I understand. So you've
Yes.
been following the instructions. And then as of recently, Toronto, Ontario, Canada was announced under the state of emergency. So we're just entering to this phase. And then we wanted to hear some advice from you as you've been living through this already for a week. How does it feel? What do you guys do? How's your everyday?
Well,
What's
advice is a big words anyway. So for us is a brand new situation because we
never
basically
seen before like that.
12 years on the street, basically on the roads, traveling
Yes.
from place to place, and probably for the first time we spend it like actually at the beginning of this year we spent more time at home.
Yeah, never
And
saw dust coming.
We,
No.
we, I know we might sound weird, but we kind of like to be home.
But I'm sure you feel weird because you're always on the road.
True.
That's true.
But how is the situation in New Jersey? Just so we can update everyone.
You know, it doesn't really feel crazy, except for already 1 week ago we start to see a big movement towards the supermarkets, like people buy unnecessary stuff. That we have to still understand why people keep buying toilet paper. Honestly, like
Maybe because it's two of us.
we have it, we have plenty of it still, but I don't know. It's
We are
just
not
like
big family. Maybe that's why.
yeah,
We don't know.
for sure. We maybe we don't even know what we need for 1 month stuff, but yeah.
I must say it's quite interesting because it's a new situation. Never ever we experienced something like that, especially for us been traveling so much. And but still, even for dancers, everybody get new skills. Besides that, they could dance actually at home too. They managed to move the furniture.
Oh yeah.
Find the space and do exercises, do a lot of cleanings and do taxes and this and
Yeah,
that.
that was the taxes
What
time.
about cooking? Everybody starts
There's the benefit, yeah.
some cooking.
Wow.
There
I
you go.
can't believe now all dancers develop these
Yeah.
cooking skills. I don't
I've
believe
been
it.
experimenting with that a lot.
Maybe Blackpool's getting postponed, maybe they'll have a dance competition and a cooking competition at the end.
Yes, maybe.
I'm not sure about the
I'm
feeding
coming
side
back
of
to
it.
the competition then.
I'm not sure about the feeding side of it because I'm sure after it's gonna be over, we're gonna have a lot of exercise to do it.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Well, so now you guys are sitting at home for this much time, and then, as we said, it feels weird because you're always on the road. But you are getting busy doing this and that, cleaning, probably maybe doing some dance lessons online. We'll get back to this subject a little bit later. But being side by side,
Yeah.
24/7. Some people say it's a challenge. I mean, we know that you've been side by side 24/7 anyways.
Yes.
But being closed in the same space 24/7. Does it feel any different for Tell us more about it.
I don't know. Does it?
You're laughing because it's nothing new. That's what you've
Yeah,
been
no,
doing
no.
all the time.
It's just, I don't know. I think we just really generally feel comfortable with each other. It's not a secret. It's never been difficult for us to be together. Actually, some problem we have is when we practice, like problems like misunderstanding. Probably it's also because like she's Russian, I'm Italian, and the way we conversate, we express ourselves, definitely is pretty different. Me towards the gestural side, and Yulia more like straightforward messages, and sometimes it could just come across different. But yeah, no, actually, normal life it's easy. We don't find this kind of problem.
Yeah, I know it's different. We always been together, and we talk a lot about this. Actually, we are always together, traveling, dancing, eating. I barely like when going only to Russia to see my family, and still like, oh, we're missing you.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, right.
Yes, and that's true, but always together, but not for that long at home. So who's doing the dishes? Are you taking turns?
But you see, I can cook, and that's it. The mood is different.
No. It's I don't think there is any specific things that we do. I mean, like we try to do both the same things, like except cleaning. Cleaning is gonna be slightly difficult. Okay, if she tell me what to do, I will do. But I don't
So,
know how.
so since you guys are home, what are your dinner tips for your fans that are listening? What are you guys making for dinner?
Julia, what did you cook for dinner?
Well, it has to be very balanced. Like life, like dancing, the same thing as cooking. For us, opposite, we like a good breakfast. And we like a little bit later, early dinner. So later lunch, early dinner.
Yeah.
Good also, and that's it. And the rest is just a little bit of something.
But since we're all in self-isolation, there's no midnight snacks?
No.
No, only movie.
He's not allowed. He's not allowed. Otherwise, I have to do 1 more hour exercise.
Yes.
Well, you have the time now.
Shucks.
I know.
The
I
formula,
have
the
the time.
formula, the formula is you guys start from your biggest meal in the morning, earlier in the day, and then you reduce the meals
Yeah, we try.
as it gets
Yeah.
closer to the night.
I mean, we can have some fruits in the evening.
Of course, fruit, yeah, some.
But there is a thing, so it's like we have, because of Christian religion, we have 40 days before Easter that you have the Lent. So and my Lent was like our Lent actually
Yeah,
be
I
like
joined.
to get rid of sugar. So we don't eat sugar on the after 12 o'clock. So it's just in the morning some sugar and the rest of the day without. And it's actually always find it helping the body anyway. So
You're not tired, right?
yeah,
At
exactly.
evening, you always want something sweet.
But sometimes you crave for sugar. I'm like, okay.
Especially when you're sitting home, it's like
So,
constantly try to eat
so
something.
to add on what you just said about sitting at home, because of the world situation now, no one's going to studios, everyone's at home. How are you How are you teaching people now? Are you online? Do you like? I know you guys have an application that's
Yes,
came
exactly.
out.
The good things is like, it's not about this situation. Okay, don't understand me wrong. We didn't think about the end of the world or the Third World War or the coronavirus spreading around the world. We started already. There was a project that we started before to stop dancing, and it was like already 4 or 5 months starting to develop an application where people could have a lesson with us from everywhere in the world, because we always, again, how I said before, and guys very well, we've been on the road all the time. So to have a little bit more settled down situation here in New Jersey or wherever you want to be, like most of the dancing teacher, whatever, you have to build your business on the place where you are. In our situation, we have a lot of couple who would like to have a lesson with us, especially from China, from Japan, from Asia generally, and some of them, because of the economical situation, they need to work over there. They cannot fly to America, have a lesson, and fly back. Or if they do, it's going to be very expensive because they have to do into 3 days or 4 days. So we start to think about this kind of situation, and we realize actually that we would change lives and we could give some ideas and dancing with the people already had the lesson with us. So have a little bit of consistency, a continuation to teach them online. And that was the project start 4 or 5 months ago. And now we find all in us in a situation where we cannot physically teach people and couple to be there on the same place. And then the application is almost ready. It's gonna come out very soon. We are counting actually April that it is gonna come out. But all the stuff has been recorded and everything been done already in a studio in order to have, beside the live experience, also the pre-recorded experience. And it's very exciting. Beside the situation where the world is going through, it's very exciting because for all of us, it will change the way we understand and we learn.
It would connect two sides of the world, right?
Exactly.
Yes, that's a
We
wonderful
move on in an
idea.
era where technology will take over the physicality, really the one-to-one experience.
That's a wonderful idea, Riccardo and Yulia. I think this is brilliant, but so that's what you're doing. And then, so now you're going to be busy, you're already busy making the videos, and it's going to be launched in April. What would you suggest to other pros and amateurs that right now have not able to teach physically in the studios? Like, any suggestion to those kind of people?
For sure. Okay, for sure, this is a time where it's very good for everybody to collect ideas and to have a little bit mental organization that where we come from, what we did, when we're gonna go next. And in our experience, always been a lot of mental preparation towards what we are doing. And what we find also in a new generation, there is not enough scheduling, programming. We always driven by the next competition, and therefore we didn't have even time to organize our lesson and everything because everything was scheduled towards the next Blackpool, towards the next UK, towards the next World Championship, and blah 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 blah. But what I find that now, because there is really lacking this kind of situation where people don't know when they're gonna dance the next competition, they feel lost. They feel lost, and they feel even worse because they cannot go to the studio and find somebody tell them what to do. It is a big part, missing part of it, but people have to also organize mentally what they need to do by themselves. They have to understand what is the personal situation and start to develop their own way to dance and the way to approach the dancing.
I spoke to some of my friends, dancing friends, and of course, when I mentioned that we're going to have an interview with you guys, Yulia and Riccardo, people said, "Oh, can you ask them this? Can you ask them that?" Of course, I said, "I'm going to ask them. What are your questions?"
Everyone goes crazy when they hear your names.
Yes, of course, go crazy. Especially people in Toronto. Remember when you did the show here a year ago?
We love
the
it.
audience,
So beautiful.
they went nuts for you. You guys have to come back soon.
That was great.
When you were dancing at Elite, remember the audience, right?
That was beautiful.
Yes.
That was good. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, so anyways, the questions that I got from people, they asked, do you do other activities rather than dancing?
Right now or before?
No, in general.
In general. Yes, we do not that much because we never had the time, extra time because of the traveling. But we did gyrotonic. Now we postponed a little bit. Gyrotonic, it's a very, very good for your body. It's a stretching through the machine. So it gives you resistance and also remember of the body remembering the movement. And it's great for the core. And we use it a lot in dancing. So we do gym, but not crazy about it because, for everybody different, yeah? So you don't need to do like a bodybuilder there, but it's everybody different for the body, what you need to do. Mm-hmm. We have our duties, what we need to do there. We warm up the body. If we don't have, for example, practice or jet lag or something, that's the gym. Yes, but actually we spend a lot of time. We spent before a lot of time, just shoes, practice clothes, music, floor. Yeah. That's it. And believe me, if you do the jive from the beginning till the end, a few times, that's a good cardio for everybody.
So,
but again, everybody's so different. I cannot tell to everybody does what we exactly do. Because I know also I'm teaching and I see different people, what they need to develop. Could be some part of ballet, it could be some part of actually just like loosen up them, yes, or listen to music. So that's also good. But it has to begin very balanced and exactly, yes.
So, because everyone's at home now and they need some exercises, do you have any specific exercises that you can give to suggest to people that are at home, to amateurs, to even little juvenile kids, juniors that go to dance 3-4 times a week to get that exercise out, but what can they do to get better at home?
Okay, I think we got this kind of question way before the coronavirus, and I think the answer is pretty much the same. To be a dancer, it's 24 hours job. It's not just about when you go to the studio, you get into the studio, you leave the studio, when you dance the competition, when you do show. What does it mean be a dancer? Be a dancer, it's mean a lot of things. First of all, probably taking care of your body in a different way. First of all, the physicality of it, and second of all, the strength of it. Like, we all understand that to do certain movement, we need development of certain muscle, okay? And I'm always spending probably too much time to tell the people that if you lift the heel from the floor and your ankle is shaking, obviously there is lacking of strength on your ankle. But you know what? They don't care. As long they can run, as long they can do other stuff, it's okay.
Is this about little kids?
Even for little kids, yeah.
Oh, even so, this is about adults.
Yes, no, for sure for everybody. But don't understand me wrong. We come from Europe, and we learn dancing as a tendance, as a ballroom and Latin. Now, people start sometimes only from Latin now because it's way more cool and restrictive. And actually, not restrictive as a ballroom. But what is the good things that we learn about the ballroom? It's very much the use of the footwork and the posture. Now, I remember, because my father was one of the teachers I had at the beginning, like, I know he's not allowed here in the United States, but he used to hit me. It's like, big posture, like, whatever I was doing, like eating food or doing a homework and things like this, I had to stand, straight with my body, try to keep the posture, because he always remind me to be a dancer. And always do exercise at home where you can go up and down on your foot, on your, strength of your ankle and the knee and the joint and everything else. I think a little bit of what we can use is the same things right now. Thinking about the posture when you're home, because it doesn't, it's not difficult you to keep in mind to stand still instead of
you're just learning right now too.
Yeah.
I'm like, for once I relax.
Right? Am I wrong?
Absolutely, yes. How many example was they dancing? They are like keeping the posture, and then okay, finish the dance. Okay, they're walking. No. Like, come on.
I know people like
Posture.
that.
Yes.
But also, for example, stupid things, like to learn how to frame yourself. Take 2 barrels of water, one each side, and doing like a cucaracha or Cuban motion or even Rumba walk and things like this. It's make your body more aware of things that you have around.
Very good suggestion. By the way, Sam, you hear that?
I'm gonna go grab my cups right now.
And balancing that between.
With a coffee, yeah?
No beer.
No beer?
No,
Well, yeah, that's in evening.
Wait,
you can.
Ricardo, do shots work too?
Yes, in the evening before you go to sleep.
Oh, no, shots you work on your fingers, because you...
Yeah, it's like, holding it. Which one was the movie that we saw, like the one of Bolshoi, that was challenging each other with the spin, but they was drunk?
I think Bolshoi is called.
Bolshoi. Yeah.
Yeah.
One amateur couple, actually, like going back to the questions that people asked, if I can ask you, one amateur couple, young amateur couple, asked me, well, they're world champions. They will probably give the best suggestion on how to become a world champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you become a
I mean, like, the secret is not really a secret, because it's like, if okay, there is always a world champion coming, and if you see there is like a repetition of path, obviously the fact that you keep the focus is not a luck. You know why? The reason why we stayed long in dancing business, in dancing, and tried to challenge more the ability of the body and everything, tried to keep for 10 years, it was a personal challenge. It's, of course, a lot of people thought like, oh, come on, can you just retire like this? Let somebody else win, right? Or even like colleagues and dancers, there was like, please, can you tell us when you're going to retire like this? We have a chance maybe to one. And you know, like, why are you waiting for me to retire? You know, like, I never said to the champion when you're going to retire. I always took the example of the champion to think like, I want to beat you.
Be better.
I want to be better. If I can make it, I want you to stay as long as you can, because I want to beat you. You know, like, I have something to achieve. For the young generation, definitely to not lose the focus, like concentrate, like try to think really deeply what they want to do, because it's based on that one. And when they distract a little bit and try to do no things, like we saw a lot of talented dancers, not just amateur, even pro, that they move to America and they have a lot of talent, they win Rising Star, and then they get lost because maybe the economy is better, maybe because the life is better, and then they start to see money, and then they don't focus anymore in the dancing. The young generation is pretty much the same, you know, like we are we used to be broke, and we are broke, and now we start to see a little money because we don't dance anymore. But the money never be an issue towards the dancing time. We spend more time on the dancing.
Yeah, it's not, everybody knows formula. Yeah, hard working, keep the focus, and the right information. It's also the right information for the kids especially. So it's very important also what they're getting, what kind of mechanics and techniques, and that's important. Beside I think talent is very little part of it.
I think you underlined it perfectly.
And
3 ingredients.
And the kids that are getting information from the teachers, they can get even more information from your application that's coming out in April.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, I never, put myself on this level. I have so many great dancers, so many great information too. But in our way, we lucky we've been trained by so many greatest teachers and coaches. We are just blessed. And, it's been a long way, and we collect a lot of knowledge. And I think it's a time, and I would like to share this with everybody. And again, it's not easy to get. It's needed time as well, because also another problem is people want to do fast now.
Yeah.
But it still needed time. They have to get this in the body. It's one thing everybody knows, straight the knee, yeah? But how many people not straightening the knee still? How many times we said? So
I just wanted to thank you for this great advice. And then, you know what? I just want to mention what Riccardo had said, that, sometimes maybe the ability to have more money or more comfortable life, this is dangerous, and it's a big challenge. It can kill your ambition, right?
Yeah.
I understood it, right, Riccardo? It's basically, it's the biggest challenge, because you get to another country where you can get everything, and it's happening for you financially and, business-wise. And some people probably think, oh, well, so what, my career in dancing, now I have this and this and this. But if you want to become a world champion, once again, just like you said, you have to be very disciplined, Yulia, correct? And you have to remember that why are you doing this, right? What is it for?
For sure.
And
well, the good thing about now,
don't
that you
stop.
cannot.
Don't
the good
stop.
things by now is not, you cannot go physically to every teacher and make a political lesson too, because there is no possibility to move. So one of the reasons why Coros was like created is because we born in a small city outside the center. So like it's not Russia. She was born in Moscow, and it was possible to have a lesson. So, and the same things for me. I was not born in Rome, so it was a city outside, and my parents had to drive me to have a lesson, and it was difficult to have a lesson, and quite expensive actually to have a lesson because of all the time and everything you did it. And I feel like a lot of people has opportunity now to have at least a taste of sources. What the people has to understand, and I thank you for this opportunity you give us. That Chorus is not an alternative of the teachers. We are not trying to substitute teachers. This is the wrong place. Please, people, don't be afraid, because we don't try to say you are wrong or what you're teaching is wrong. We try to have a common language based on experience that we had, based on people that we give, like the Donny Burns, that's going to be also an application that is another like 15, 16 times world champion. So with a lot of experience, try to guide the new generation, and also the people to understand that there is a way more accessible to have basic information without spending a fortune.
I'm so glad you're launching this application, Yulia and Riccardo. This is going to be helpful for so many people.
We hope so. We hope so.
It's
But especially for who will never probably be able to meet one of us. That's probably for the people.
Maybe never in their lifetime.
So
They can meet you in your application. Yes.
Yes,
Can
absolutely.
That's
you
amazing. That's the world of possibilities that we have now, especially that, never mind, we're all locked down, but we have the sources of
now
communication.
that we're locked down, we can have hours and hours of looking and watching Yulia Riccardo dance on chorus. But
I'm not sure if it's good hour, but
just put it, take a bag of popcorn, sit on the couch, and just watch them dance. But
okay, next.
I
Fast forward.
I wanted to ask you to tell our viewers and everyone that's listening, how can you sign up for Chorus? How do you get a hold of this application?
Well, right now they need to go to www.gochorus.com and put an email address. By the email address, you're going to receive an email of confirmation and information when the application is going to be ready to download. It's in processing to be approved by Apple and Apple Play, Androids.
Google Play.
Google Play, sorry. And you'll be able to download after that, and everything. First of all, it's going to be like 7 days free, that you people has to be comfortable to see what the application is about. And they're going to have like some free content inside already by us, pre-recorded classes, where we basically was a lot of work, because what we discover is like obviously it's not possible to tape already in slow motion, because if you tape in slow motion by us doing a slow, you're losing what is the reality of the dancing. So we danced full on, taped in slow motion, and then beside this one, you're gonna be analyzed by us, by different subjects. So it's a simple subject. It's gonna be feet, legs, middle body, upper body, posture, connection, and the simple things that you see, we're gonna dissect into this subject, and it's gonna be hours and hours already of free things to see it without waiting for the life experience.
And
Plus,
how long is each episode, if you want to say, each lesson?
Segment?
each lesson life experience is gonna be 45 minutes.
Okay, like a normal lesson.
Yeah, like a normal lesson.
Yep.
Yes, and it's gonna be live interactive, like people see us doing. Even if they see us doing mistake, they're gonna see the mistake because it's gonna be live. And I try to not make mistakes, but I'm the only one make mistakes. Anyway.
Practice. Again, back to studio.
And the good thing, so they're gonna be able to ask the question.
Oh, so you can have a live chat?
Exactly. We
That's
can
amazing.
answer the live whatever they
That's
ask.
what makes it very, very unique and actually very, very useful, because you can have the live feedback right from
Right.
the source.
And our
Yes.
format is going to be in 2 days. So the first day we're going to do one lesson. The second day we're going to do another lesson. Like these people are going to collect the question to ask, and they can ask the second day, and we can answer them even more.
So you guys thought it all through and you're ready to go.
Sounds so exciting.
More
Wow.
or less, more or less.
It was a lot of work. Yes.
We
since
learn on the
summer.
way. We are not by ourselves. We have
Yeah, we
a
have
business
our team.
partner, yes, and Chris and Bambi,
Chris
and they
Stephenson.
they also very much active in this application. They help us to organize everything. Obviously, it's a teamwork. It's not possible to do
No.
by ourselves.
Not possible at all. So much work.
I
So
had,
much.
I had, I
Some
had,
stuff what we don't even know.
I had
You know?
one
It's-
question about the name. Why Koros?
Well,
Yes.
okay, that's a good question. actually.
Everybody asking.
So, when we thought about how to name the application, we had an idea that would be connected with the dance and it's going to be online. But because of the choice of the name and allowing to, for the application and the internet and everything with dance, it's gone. Everybody is already on a dominion with dance things. So, we try to find something more Latin and Greek. And choro it means like is a group of
People singing together.
Exactly, get together, singing and dancing. So
That
we try
combines
to take
music
it
and
down.
dance. Yes.
Yes, we try to take it down, and CH is C in American, but it's also K in Italian and other language. So because of the easiness of to say the same words, we put a K, and it
For
became
every country.
chorus.
Easy.
And chorus was
Create
how
Interesting.
it was created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I love the name. Very, very
It's
good
very
choice.
catchy.
Easier.
I'm sure it's going to be very
Everybody's
popular
going to
too.
take it.
We have no doubt.
And everybody use the core. So core for chorus and things like
Chorus,
that.
yeah.
Use your chorus. So use your core. It's the same.
There we go.
So we all have to grab our cups and practice on our core, right? Core muscle.
practice.
Absolutely.
Balance on the
Absolutely.
core.
Yes. Yes.
The upper body, the middle body, and the hips.
And do the dancing movement like a stationary samba walk or whisk with a
Right.
Yeah, that's a great.
So that's
Great
that's
audio.
tips
It's
for
very
our
smart.
viewers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we should challenge our viewers right now, whoever listens.
Let's do it.
Because
Let's do
what
it.
Yulia just said to show with the cups and the whisks and the Roomba walks, we should
What can
see.
you do in the smallest space available and still
With-
get your workout and your
Yeah.
with 2 cups. Let's do that. So whoever's
2 cups.
listening, we'll post a small video right now. So we're challenging.
The first one.
we're gonna do a challenge. So whoever wants to compete, I guess, Yulia and Riccardo will be the judges. So if you post a video of yourself doing a samba movement, a whisk, a Roomba walk, a cucaracha, with 2 cups of water or whatever you want to hold in your hands, just tag full
With
cups.
the
Yeah,
water. Yes.
no cheating, no cheating. And if you tag Chorus on Facebook and tag the Grand Circle podcast, we'll all see it and we'll be sharing it and have some fun online.
Yes.
Because the world is not really in a positive place right now, and let's make it positive, make it fun all together.
Absolutely. Positive
I
thing.
love it. Bravo.
Positive,
Yes.
positive mentality. Absolutely.
So
Awesome.
I want
Well,
to thank
thank you.
you guys for joining in.
Thank you guys.
Unfortunate-
We're speaking in chorus, Sam. Hey, we're speaking in chorus.
Oh,
Yes.
It's contagious, but in a good way. Contagious, right? The chorus is contagious in a good way. So we wanna.
Yes.
yeah, we wanted to
Thank
thank you, and unfortunately we didn't have the time to meet you here in Toronto, but I hopefully Ines and I
We
will
will.
sit down with you guys
We will.
back here when all this is done. COVID is beat.
Absolutely, would love to see you in Toronto, and thank you for being with us. Thank you for the chat. It's been absolutely amazing and fun.
Yes,
Thank you so
please
much,
Thank you.
guys.
Stay safe and keep dancing.
Yeah. Stay home.
Everyone else that's listening, stay tuned for many more interviews, and please, 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 let's do the challenge all together and let's have some fun on Facebook and Instagram.
Till the next
You
time.
guys.
Bye bye.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Have a good
guys.
one. Take care.
Bye.